The last video for this section, we're going to add and subtract complex numbers. This is actually quite easy. You just add the real parts and then add the real terms and add the imaginary terms. Okay? Or subtract. I put down as add or subtract the imaginary parts because that works too. You're just adding and subtracting the coefficients of I, right? And then putting the I after them, of course. So for example, put the complex number in standard form. That's the way instructions usually go. Remember, standard form is A plus BI, not A plus C plus BI minus DI. That's not standard form. So standard form is A plus BI, that form. So I've got 5 plus 6i plus 3 minus 2i. That's two different complex numbers. Each of them is in standard form. I'm trying to add them together and write the result in standard form. So I just add the real parts. Well, I rewrote it so you can see where the numbers are going. The things in orange there, if you can see that, these ones here are the real parts. And then the imaginary parts are in the red here. So it's this one and this one, right? And what did I do? The first thing I did is I dropped the parentheses. And that's important. If I was subtracting here, I would have to distribute the minus when I drop the parentheses, right? So it's best to add these numbers after you've removed parentheses. For this one, because it's plus, the only thing the parentheses are doing is just showing me that these are two different numbers here. So I can just drop them, and then I can put together the 5 plus 3 and the 6i minus 2i. Just the I acts just like an x would, right? It's the I term instead of the x term, right? Imaginary term. So you get 5 plus 3, right? 5 plus 3 is 8, and 6i minus 2i is 4i. And that's standard form, right? Real part plus imaginary part times I. Second example. Put the complex number in standard form. It tends to be the same instructions. And this problem is a subtraction problem. So I've got negative 3 plus 4i is the first complex number, and then I'm subtracting the complex number 6 minus 2i. So again, I want to remove all the parentheses, but when I remove them, because there's a minus here, I have to distribute that minus. So it'll be minus 6 plus 2i. Be very careful anytime there's negatives, right? Or subtraction. Minus and negative is plus. Okay, so that's why you always write these out without the parentheses before you put them together. Right? Like that. Yeah? And now I can put together the real parts and the imaginary terms there. So I've got negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9. 4i plus 2i is plus 6i. That's it. So adding and subtracting, pretty simple. As long as you're in subtraction, you have to be careful of distributing that negative. Okay, that's all for that section. Not too bad.